Muy bien, Zane. Zane, me gustaría hablar sobre bueno, es un videoclip, pero resulta siendo como una historia, como le dicen, historia larga, referente a lo que es una historia sobre privilege, que es sobre las relaciones, sobre un poco como los asesinos seriales, los secretos del amor. Yo te quiero preguntar cómo fue su debut y también qué tan interesante es esta película que sigue recordada hoy día, que es del 2010.
Tell us about your debut in the long video clip of Privilege, about the subject, about working on that project,
On
about
which pro- on,
sometimes
on which project?
privilege. Privilege.
Oh, Privilege. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was a long time ago. That was my first. That was my first union film. I got my SAG card back in 06 or 07. That's a funny story. I was brand new to the acting world. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and I was a reader at a casting workshop where they do callbacks for movies. And so they asked me to come be a reader. And so I read with the director, Jhon, and I was just a reader sitting next to him, reading with all the callbacks for the actors. And then about halfway through, he leaned over and he's like, "Wait, are you an actor?" I was like, "I mean, trying to be." And he was like, "Well, I want you to audition." I was like, "Well, no, I mean, just like, if you can just think of me for like a smaller role and whatever." And he was like, "Okay." And then literally like the next day I got a contract. So it was funny. I didn't audition for that. It was just one of those things where it was the first time I had ever done anything. And I was fortunate enough to work with Nikki Reed and I think it was Aaron Ashmore, and it was they were great. I mean, it was my first experience into like what like a Hollywood film is like, and so it was great. That was a long time ago.
Una película que Andrés y yo tuvimos que verla, que se llama, lo más importante, Aprendices fuera de línea. Es bastante innovadora, pues en ese tiempo pues se habló sobre el tema sobre de Google y que muchas cosas se dieron, pero hay algo que sí me pareció interesante, lo que es un poco el personaje, sino que también pues la temática. Yo quisiera preguntarle, aparte de este tipo de historias, de comedia y todo, ¿qué otra plataforma le gustaría que de pronto se viera en pantalla? Que diga, wow, me gustaría que de pronto esta red social, de pronto sacar una historia de este tipo con esta red social.
Okay, we are going to talk about the internship, and knowing that this project talks about the platform Google, tell us what another platform you think that needs to be shown on a movie, and of course tell us about your experience in the internship.
But as far as my experience, it was great. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson and Dylan O'Brien. I mean, that whole cast. I mean, they were crazy cool. I came on set on a Friday. It was my first day, and it was like that first day. I was sitting across from Vince and Owen doing this big scene with everyone, and they were like, "Hey, we have Vince had a private party that night." And he was like, they were like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "I mean, I just got here, but yeah, of course, let's go." So they were cool, man. Vince and I, we talked about fantasy football for the first hour on set, and he was in a big money league, and he was like, "All right, I got the 12th pick. Who should I pick?" And he mentioned, I won't mention who he mentioned, but he mentioned a quarterback. And I was like, I don't know if I take him with your first round pick in a money league. But anyway, but it was great. I mean, it was a great learning experience. Bruno he played my father in the movie, and he was super cool to work with. And it was great. It was a good experience.
Hay algo interesante en esta historia que es un corto que me pareció muy, muy excelente que dirigió y escribió Zane, y es sobre el tema del suicidio y el tema de valorar la vida. Yo quisiera preguntarle qué tan importante es que las personas pudieran ver este tipo de historias para que puedan un poco retroalimentarse o puedan de pronto tomarse una pausa y mirar su vida. ¿Qué tan importante debe conocer esta historia?
This is like an invitation for the people to watch one of the short films that you made. That is the man walks away, because we know that deals with a very important issue in society. So yeah, invite people to watch this short film. Tell us more about this short film that deals with the theme of society to valorate most life, the most important things on life. So tell us more about it.
Yeah, The Man Walks Away. That was my first thing that I wrote and directed. And it was it's sad. I usually when I'm personally like writing something or directing something, I usually pick really sad stuff. I don't know why. I'm depressed, I guess. But it's a story about so we start on this guy, and he's trapped in the woods, and he's alone. And he's having then this other older man finds him in the woods, and it's a conversation between these two people. And it's actually it's the older man is actually the younger man in the future, and he's telling him, you need to go fix your life. You need to go back to your spouse. You need to go back to your family. You need to make things right. And if you don't, you're going to end up like me, alone, old in the woods. So it's just a reflection of a younger man looking at himself 40 years down the road of where he could be if he didn't choose to put his family before himself. And I think it's on YouTube. I haven't looked in a long time, but I think it's on YouTube. You can find it.
Sí, eso, hay un fragmento.
In YouTube, there is like a fragment, man. But yeah, it will be great that people found it and see it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's on YouTube. I mean, if it's not, I can make sure that it's available. But yeah, I think it's on YouTube.
Thank you. Yo haré lo posible. No, que era posible para que esté disponible.
De hecho, hay algo que sí te quiero preguntar antes de dar paso a todo. Es que me parece interesante porque en esta serie de televisión habla sobre las injusticias de la vida, las injusticias de la sociedad, pero hay algo que ocurre en el episodio donde aparece Zane, que en cierta parte, en algunas plataformas está completa, pero en algunas partes no está, porque trata sobre un tema en específico, quizás el tema que aborda en el capítulo muy fuerte. Entonces te quiero preguntar si alguna vez notaste ese cambio y también qué opinas sobre las injusticias de ese país.
It's crazy, man, because you record an episode on your worst nightmare, and that episode in some platforms is complete, in some platforms is like edited. I don't know if it's for the subject, because it might be a really tough, heavy subject. But yeah, man, tell us more about your participation in this episode, about the injustice of life, and if somehow people can watch it in the full and enjoy it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. A, I don't know where you can watch it. B, I don't know how you can enjoy it if you do watch it. It's based on an actual event. It's super dark and sad. I honestly don't know where you would see it. But it's based on a true story, and it's a terrible incident that happened to a woman, and I was just her boyfriend in the story, and in the story in real life. At one point, her boyfriend was a suspect, and obviously he wasn't guilty or anything. He was. But it's a sad, really sad, based on a real life event. So,
Mirai, it's your turn. But before we gave you the word, for of course, ask about everything to Zane. Zane, if this is Mirai, today is Mirai's birthday. She's a big fan of your work or the series that you appear.
Happy birthday.
Yes, we need to sing
tu cumpleaños.
Yes, cumpleaños. Let's sing it. Okay. In Spanish or in English, don't worry.
I only remember a little bit in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños. Mira. Tu cumpleaños. Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah, Mirai.
That was like a blast from like high school when I had to learn Spanish.
Super.
No, but
It's good, man.
great
It's good.
because
Yeah.
cumpleaños is a really difficult word to say, so you say it right. So, Mirai, it's your turn. Happy birthday. You know that you're always welcome in the channel, and ask a question if you wanted to say, or say anything you want to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My question to you is, what was your best memory on set?
Which set? On which set? Or just in general? On a TV?
Yeah.
On a TV show? So I guess I have two. When I was on Vampire Diaries, that was a really welcoming crew. And I worked with Joseph Morgan a lot, and he was just a really cool dude. He played Klaus. And Nina Dobrev played Elena. Well, when I was on the show, she was Elena. And she was super welcoming. And both of those two individuals were very supportive of me and helped me. They kind of just taught me how to function on set and how to have etiquette and how to do things well and believe in myself. So they were super cool. So that was a really inspiring moment to look back and kind of work with them and see kind of their support of me and challenging me. And then personally, on Showtime show, The First Lady, that came out 2 years ago, last year. That was the most difficult or most challenging piece I had done. And it was very rewarding to be able to be on a set with a whole bunch of A-list actors and an A-list director, and to be able to go to these really heavy spots and execute the role. And so personally, it's a personal achievement for me that I look back on, I'm proud of. And then Vampire Diaries was definitely like just a welcoming set, and they taught me a lot about what it means to be a film actor. So.
¿Tienes otra pregunta, María? Sí, pregúntale.
You got another question, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think you're happy because Zane talk about Vampire Diaries is the favorite series for me.
I love the Vampire Diaries.
Pregúntale lo que quiera.
Yeah, ask away.
Ask for anything.
What was the funniest? What's the funniest thing that happened on set? Like the funniest thing
On Vampire Diaries?
Yeah. What's the funniest thing?
Well, it's funny to me. It wasn't necessarily funny to other people. There was my first night on set. It was a closed set. And I don't know if I should say this out loud, but I'll tell you guys. And they were like, "Hey, no one can come on set. Like, it's closed." And I was like, "Well, but what if I want to bring someone on set?" And they were like, "Well, no, it's a closed set." And I was like, "Okay." So then I just asked someone else, and I kept asking someone until I got a yes. And so then I snuck on we had just gotten married. I've been married for like 2 months, and I snuck my wife on, and I got in a bunch of trouble. But it was funny. It was funny to me, at least. It wasn't funny to them, but it was funny to me. I just kept asking, like, literally I went to every single person until I got yes, you can bring someone on set. Yes. But we just had a good time, you know. I mean, Ian Somerhalder, my first night, you know, I was a huge Lost fan. There was a show called Lost that Ian had done before TBD. And he played this character Boone, and I grew up. I was like, Lost is the show, and so I was like, dude, what was it like being on the set of Lost? And his reaction was kind of, he was like, I don't know if he was disappointed that he didn't make it through like the entire series, but his reaction was kind of funny to me. So we had a good time though. Good question, Mira.
Say one question.
Mira, you got another one. Go ahead, Jhon. It's your birthday. Go ahead.
Let me see. What was your favorite set? What was your favorite set to work on?
It's a good question. I did a Lifetime movie called Rebuilding a Dream Christmas. And that was probably my favorite. It was my first big lead in a movie. And I got to kind of own it and run it and own the space and kind of showcase just be a lead. And so to be able to kind of step into that, that's probably definitely my favorite set. Because it was my first lead, so there's a lot for that for me.
Thank you.
Wow, increíble. Gracias, Mirai. Gracias, Zane. Yo quisiera preguntarte sobre, hay una película que me pareció súper buena que se llama, My Grandma Wish. Es interesante porque es sobre lo que es la tradición de la Navidad, pero también recuperar la esencia de la familia. Quisiera preguntarte sobre por qué es tan importante que estas historias puedan reproducirse mucho más, pero me pareció bonita esta experiencia porque hace tiempo yo no veía ninguna película navideña que me despertara esa emoción como niño, o sea, es bastante buena, a pesar de que es bastante de amor y de eso, pero no, la familia siempre resultó muy buena.
Jhon watched My Christmas Wish when he said that there is in a long time, a holiday movie, really captivates like this feeling of feeling like a child again and I don't know, loving the family. So yeah, man, tell us more about this production, about the importance of telling this type of this kind of histories and anything you want.
Yeah. So A Christmas Wish, that got renamed Rebuilding a Dream Christmas. So that the movie I just talked about, that was this one. So I don't know, it might have been A Christmas Wish out of country, but in the States, it was Rebuilding a Dream Christmas. But it's super important, man. There's some people just need content or films that just allow them to breathe and feel hope and feel love and not be saturated with something dark or heavy. And listen, I write dark and heavy and I love that space, but the holiday space, the holiday films, sometimes just people just need that. And this film, I'm a single dad. My wife or whatever, she's no longer in the picture. She didn't want to be a mom. And so it's just me and my son. And it carried a lot of weight for me. Because it's like, what would I do as a dad if my son, all he wanted was a mom? And so I was like, I was just putting myself in this mindset as I'm shooting this movie, and I'm working with this kid he's amazing, and his name's Bryson, and working with Bryson and getting to know him, and then as a father thinking through, okay, this son, what he just wants a mom. And it's like, then like the reality, like the kind of juggling the tension of, I don't want to get invested with some woman who's not going to stick around and be okay with me having a 7-year-old kid. Right. And so that story was really impactful for me because it really kind of captivated what it means to be a dad and what it means to take care of a family. And it's light, it's not heavy. And it's Christmassy, and that's, I think those types of movies, are needed and people love them. And so I have a new one coming out actually, in July. And so I'm kind of in that space. I'll do as many as someone asks me to do. But I do love the Christmas space. It's a fun space to be in.
Can you tell us more about the next one? Anything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called A Belgian Chocolate Christmas. Comes out in July on Great American Family, which I think it might just be in the States. So I'm not sure. I have an app called Friendly. I don't know if you guys have that. It's called Friendly, and you get like the Hallmark stations and like the history stations, American history stations, and then Great American Family. So I have that, and that's how I can get it. But that was super cool because we got to shoot in Belgium. Which was super dope. But that story is, I'm a Belgian chocolatier, and I have taken over my grandfather's business, and it's a well-to-do Belgian chocolate business, and I take it over because he passes, and then it kind of starts to decline, and I'm about to lose the business that he entrusted to me. And so then this woman from the States comes to Belgium to do chocolate classes with me. And obviously we fall in love. And then she starts bringing ideas of how to be innovative and how to, make sure that this business sustains for the sake of my grandfather. And so she helps. and then some things come out about her that we didn't know about, or the audience will know, but I didn't know. And so my character wrestles with, that, and then my character's kind of mean or whatever at some moments because of that. And then we end up getting back together, and Merry Christmas to everyone, I guess. So, but that comes out in July. So.
And before I gave the word to my friend, but you're right, man. This is like a crazy trivia in the channel. There is a director called Hallie Wallen. He's an amazing director, and he do really heavy subject movies. But somehow one of the best movies that he has made is a holidays movie, and it's very light-warmed. I don't know if it's like a species of I need to calm down all these heavy subjects, and
sure.
I really need to
sure.
a bit yes.
No, you're right. I mean, like as an actor, when we do, no matter what we do, we go there, right? We go to these spaces to allow ourselves to authentically create these moments. And there's different ways we go about doing it. Each actor is different. But at the end of the day, we all have to get there authentically, or it doesn't translate. Our job as actors is it's to meet the needs of the audience, right? So they come to watch us, and they need something from us. They need to relate to us. They need to know that someone else understands what they've been through. They need to escape, whatever the reason is. They look to the story and then to us, the actors, the characters, to relate to them and to meet their needs. And so an actor has to authentically go to these places, however they choose to do that, but they have to go there and to create these moments. And so when you're doing this stuff, it's hard, it's heavy, it's hard. It's like, it kind of some days feels suffocating. Like, the references like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. He's like, he has a cloud over his head. He's like always depressed. Right. But then you go do like a Christmas movie where it's like, you just smile the whole time. It's a good change of pace. And it makes that work enjoyable for sure. Cause it's not near as, you don't have to go to dark places, and you can just laugh and smile. And so it's good. And I ate a ton of chocolate, bro. I ate a ton of chocolate.
Jhon, yo creo que un aplauso o lo que tú digas.
Un aplauso. Bravo. Same. Men, aparte de decir su y eso, me genera la última pregunta. Hay una serie de televisión que yo visualicé hace poco. Claro que uno toca que buscar en internet. Por cierto, esta película de Michael Maguire está en Beats y está en YouTube, así que para que la vean. Entonces, esta serie de televisión trata sobre el misterio y todo eso. Quisiera preguntarte sobre cuál es tu percepción sobre el tema de la supervivencia. ¿Qué es lo que debemos aprender en esta historia? Y no sé, como siempre yo con mis locas teorías, ¿cuál es tu conspiración favorita si alguna vez se llega a plasmar?
Espero esto salga así, sea en un bonus en tu comentario. Okay. Before we end, I know that Jhon will ask about this movie. By the way, in Latin America, my Christmas wish is on the ad beats, so everybody that got beats see it in that ad. And Jhon is asking you about No One Can Hear You Scream, and what is your favorite conspiracy theory? And tell us anything about this movie.
Wait. Conspiracy theory about the movie or just in like life?
Wherever you want.
Oh gosh. So here is, I'll say this. They have to have some element of truth, right? Or they would never be a conspiracy. So I take them with a grain of salt. I'm like, I choose to just not care about conspiracies, but I will say this. I definitely believe aliens are real. I don't know if that's still a conspiracy or not, but I'm all for like, hey, listen, this is a big freaking universe. I can't believe we're the only people walking around. I don't know if they're little green men that, but I definitely, if I'm going to pick a conspiracy, I believe that aliens are probably. What was the other question you said?
No, tell us anything you want about No One Can Hear You Scream.
No. I think in my finite mind, how vast the universe is, right? That there has to be life. Like I said, do I think it's, Men in Black, big cockroach from Men in Black? Probably not. A little like from Alien, like the freaky, like not that. But like life, existence, something extra. I think it has to. I think it has to exist, some form of life outside of this world. So if I'm picking a conspiracy, definitely picking aliens. The X-Files, I love the X-Files, bro. It's like one of my favorite shows growing up. I was like, I think the X-Files alone made me believe in aliens.
And a bit high to Sander Berkeley from the X-Files was one of the first guests here, and man, what a great answer.
Yeah.
Yo creo que
awesome.
Diste.
Sí, claro.
Yeah.
Y también Michael Chamuguay estaba. Y Tina Bell también.
And the amazing Michael Chamuswile and Tina Bell from the X-Files. No, man, the great thing is that you also enjoy to watch series, and that's great because you talk about laws. Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I'm all for. I love science, and so I'm all for anything that you can mix like a creative idea with what could exist from a scientific reasoning or scientific method or something. How you can blend the two, I think it's really cool. And so X-Files, Lost, Lost deals with like the quantum mechanics, quantum theory kind of idea, and anyway. So,
and you appear in two big series, man. I mean, the Vampire Diaries, and even this series like I don't remember The Resident. The Resident is a great series, man.
Oh, The Resident.
We had people. We had people from The Resident.
Michelle Lambert.
I need to ask you, how do you feel being a TV fan, knowing that you appeared somehow in now series that people remember, like The Vampire Diaries, The First Lady?
Yeah, no, it's humbling. It's a journey, right? It's a journey. Every artist goes on a journey. And they, in our mind, we see where we want to go. And oftentimes we just want it. We want it now. But the idea is an artist's journey is what's most important for the artist. So I'm really humbled and thankful that some of the shows or movies or work that I've done is seen and remembered. I'm incredibly appreciative for that. But at the same time, like I'm earnest to continue to do good work and to continue to get out there and keep on the artistic journey that I'm on. So it's both. I'm humbled by it, but I'm also excited for the more to come.
The camera is yours, man. Send a big hi to Colombia, to the channel. Of course, to Mirai, that is her birthday. And tell your social media.
Where are you from?
Oh, I thought you were talking to someone else.
No,
I'm originally from the Caribbean, but I'm in Florida right now.
Oh, you're in Florida. Okay, right on. Well, what part of Florida?
Kissimmee.
That's near Orlando, right?
Yeah, it's right by Orlando.
Yeah, cool. I love Florida. I was in the Keys. 2 summers ago. I took an RV. I don't know if you guys, those things are crazy. I took an RV down to the Keys, driving through Miami with this big old, oh gosh, I won't do that again. But I love Florida. And Colombia. So I've been to Ecuador. I was in Quito. I haven't been to Colombia, but I want to go. So shout out to Colombia. All right. I need to get down there and hang out with you guys. And where else? Jhon, where are you from?
Jhon, myself, we are from Cúcuta. It's in the border with Venezuela. In Colombia, the border with Venezuela. Really to the north, because Ecuador is closer to Pasto.
Right.
And
Well, listen.
Cúcuta.
Airfare, fly down. We'll party. We'll celebrate. We'll go. Is there a beach there? Can we go to the beach?
No, but it's crazy. Now, I don't want to talk politics, but finally the border is open because it was closed like almost 10 years. So it's closer to get to the beach from Venezuela than from Colombia. So we can go to, and I don't know that beach, by the way, but we can go to Margarita, Aruba. It's closer. It's crazy, man. We are closer from Aruba than from Cartagena. But that's beautiful. Yes.
That's crazy. That's awesome. So is it a political thing why the border's been closed for 10 years?
Yes. Okay, Jhon, tenemos tiempo. We got time, I will tell you. Man, that was sad. Before this new president, in 2015, all the bad relationships that Colombia was having with Venezuela, because, I will say names, because Álvaro Uribe was fighting with Hugo Chavez, and then that fight continued with Nicolás Maduro, right to the power. Somehow, I don't know, and it's crazy because I'm a teacher, and one of the lessons I always teach is about this subject. Somehow, the government from Venezuela decided to close but I mean really close with big barriers and everything the
Wow.
border.
Wow.
And man, it's sad because when I got my 20s, for me, going to Venezuela I got my girlfriend, my now ex-girlfriend, go to Venezuela with my girlfriend and buy food, go to vacations. No, man, it was like a part. It's sad because that generation from the 2012s, they never. When we tell him, oh, we used to go to Venezuela to vacations, what? Because they grow knowing that border was closed. And you know that closed border means that people will sneak out in illegal ways. So a lot of deaths. But finally, this government arrived. And you know that there is some controversy because in Colombia never got a left-right government.
Sure.
Now, so there are people that say, no, because this is a left government. But no, man, we need that border open because Colombia, yes, you know, why we had to close a border, man.
I get it. I get it. No, it's well, I'm glad it's open and you guys have that freedom now. So I guess I need to come down and hang out with you guys.
Yes, man, you are welcome. And tell your social media so people can follow you.
Yeah, we'll do. I will do. Yeah. Wait, Jhon, you followed me earlier. You hit me up earlier, right?
Yes, but tell it to the camera so people can follow you to Instagram, to wherever.
Whoa. All right, so it's at actor Zane Stephens. Follow me, hit me up. Let's talk on DM, and I'll try to get down there soon to see you guys.
I work on a movie festival in Venezuela. I hope that movie festival got bigger. So somehow, you know, that movie festival comes down, you can come to that movie festival. It's a horror movie festival, by the way, but
love it.
I don't know.
Love it.
Yes.
So I just had I have a short that I did called The Lady of the Lake. It's and it just won an award at the Atlanta Horror Film Festival back in October. So I should just send it down there. Be like, hey, let's go down there.
When the festival is open, send the movies. I will write you down. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And the picture. We're going to take a picture.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Mirai.
1, 2, and Zane, gracias por la oportunidad. Gracias Andrés, gracias Mirai por estar en el canal. Que disfrute del resto de su cumpleaños y bueno, Zane, bienvenido siempre. God bless you. Good weekend, man.
Gracias, guys. Thank you. Mira, happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.